Well, good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates. This is where the Valley's favorite real estate agent comes to tell you everything you need to know about buying or selling your home. Now, here are your hosts, Kelly and Jim Warren.
Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we are here to talk to you about real estate right here in the Mahoning Valley. I'm Kelly, and as always, I'm in the studio this morning with my co-host, Handsome Jim.
Good morning. It's super early today.
Yeah, why is it super early, Jim?
Because I forgot about the clocks.
You forget about them every time.
Well, I figure you'll tell me if I'm running late.
You know, so every time the time change, folks, Jim feels, not only does he feel that he's been robbed an hour. Did we lose an hour or gain an hour?
We spring ahead. We lose an hour. Yeah.
So not only does he feel like he has lost an hour.
I have to prep.
He does this whole, like, for 2 weeks before, he's like, oh, but it's going to be such and such time. Like, he has to, like, lose 5 minutes a day instead of losing, like, an hour at once. And then for 2 weeks after, he does this whole, like, oh, but I'm hungry now because it's really 6 o'clock. Like, he keeps telling me what time it's really, and I'm like, it's really whatever the clock says. Like,
So my body doesn't tell time. My mind tells time. So if my body's used to eating at 6 o'clock every day and we sprung ahead and it's, whatever.
So then
time,
I start feeding you too early.
Or too late, depending on which one we're doing.
You know what, folks? You want a good time, and I say that so sarcastically. Travel with Jim to, like, California. Because for 3 days, he's a crab about what time it's supposed to be. And then you come home and you get to relive that joy because for some reason he adjusted and has to readjust back.
Listen, if I go to bed at like 11 o'clock every night and then I go to the West Coast and it's 8 o'clock, I'm ready for bed.
Okay.
You want to stay out. You want to party and see the town and go to some rooftop thingamajigger.
All right. So
that was crazy.
How does real estate affect the time change?
How does the time change affect real estate?
How does the time change affect real estate? Right.
It's awesome.
Why is it awesome?
Because now we have more time to look at houses.
You read my mind. I thought you were going to be like, it doesn't, but you're exactly right.
Well, the first question you asked, it doesn't. Real estate has nothing to do with the time change.
But the time change is a wonderful thing in our world because you know what? All winter long, buyers are like, hey, I work till 5. I'm going to pick up some dinner. Can you show me this house at 6? And at 6, it is pitch dark outside. Yeah. So
you can't see roofs. You can't see outside foundations. You can't see downspouts.
Well, and even inside the house, they have their lights on and make it as nice as they can. But there's no natural light inside. So it still kind of feels gloomy.
Yeah, natural light is nice.
Yeah, so man, when these days start getting like when it's light out at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and we get to show houses to people after work around their schedules, and they can see the yard and they can see the neighborhood and they can see the natural light inside and see kids out riding bikes and people cutting grass. It feels so much better. Doesn't
I was
it?
Thinking that the other day, like, hey, next week. This 6:30 is really going to be 7:30.
See?
And it's going to be daylight time out almost till 8 o'clock.
Right?
Right in 1 week.
It's going to be nice.
I like it.
I'm ready.
I was excited. You make fun of me all you want. It really matters.
All right. So, folks, if you're listening and you're thinking about buying or selling a house, the spring market is here. We really didn't slow down over the winter, so it's been busy anyway. But if you're one of those people sitting thinking, I'm going to wait till spring, spring is sprung. So with the time change, you can go ahead and get your house on the market and start looking for your dream home. And we'd love to help you out with that. You can find us online anytime at kellysoldit.com. And you can also give us a call or a text for a free market analysis to sell your home or to schedule some showings of a new dream home by calling us at 717-2689. So this week, our topic for today is real estate trends and statistics.
Okay. That's good stuff.
Yes. So I went to a broker summit last week and I got to sit through 5.5 hours of CE, which we as realtors have to take 30 hours of continuing education every 3 years.
Yeah.
And So the reason that I'm a real estate agent, one of the things that I love about my job is that no 2 days are the same. I'm in and out of houses and buildings. I'm not stuck behind a desk all day. I'm just one of those people that can't do that kind of life. There are people who do it and do it well and are so good at it and strive in the routine. That is not me.
Structure. I like structure.
Yeah, you should probably be a desk job person. I should not.
You can get rid of me.
Yes,
Kicking me out of the office.
Please go work somewhere. Yes, but so I had to sit still for 6 hours. But I learned a whole lot, and it was great. And so I want to share some of that knowledge with all of our listeners and with the Valley on what's been going on in real estate trends. And the good news is these are some really positive trends. Awesome. The data is kind of like 1998 to 2018. So over that 20 years, home sales have gone up. Home sale values have gone up. Number of homes have gone up. Number of people using real estate agents has gone up. So like all around it's really been great. So,
so let's hear what you got.
All right. So for 2018, 90% of buyers and sellers used an agent. Mm-hmm. This is up from 2014 when only 85% of buyers and sellers used an agent, and up previously from 2001 when only 81% used an agent.
Wow.
So they're saying that those differences in more people using real estate agents now are, the value of your time and your things that you do, the convenience factor of using a real estate agent. So you can continue to live your life and take your kids to play their games and go to work and not have to worry about the house because you're putting it in the hands of a real estate agent.
Yeah.
So,
well, and like people like you, so you're the type of person where you're like, when you make a decision, you move with it. Mm-hmm. I think society's getting more and more like that. So when people make a decision, hey, I'm going to buy a house, they're ready to go. So where I think before people were like, okay, I'm going to do it. Let me look here and there. And then if they found a good deal, they went with it. But now I think they're like, okay, it's time. I'm now ready to do it. Let's do it. So they get a hold of a real estate agent who can help that happen faster.
Right. I think it was really interesting and eye-opening to me because I guess the headlines of the news and kind of, my snippets of information over the years was that as technology became more available for buyers and sellers, like if I can go online and see this information, then oh no, we might cut out the real estate agent.
A house is different than like, hey, I'm going to order toilet paper from Amazon.
Right.
Like it's a house. Like it's a big decision. You can, if you don't do it right and you don't have a professional with you, you can lose a lot of money in buying a house.
Exactly.
So that matters.
Well, and I think that there was some concern in the media and in the news over the years about that the younger generation would be less likely to use real estate agents.
Oh, yeah.
But it's actually been quite the opposite. So of millennials, 92% who have purchased homes have done that with a real estate agent. Gen Xers are at 90% and boomers are slightly less than that. So we're seeing that the millennials wanting to use real estate agents, I believe that that's like that convenience factor that we were kind of talking about, that you get to use the agent. And also I think it's the value on the professionalism and the education.
Yeah,
like
the knowledge.
I think they are afraid of, the property disclosure not being filled out right or the contract.
I am, yeah. I know I would be. Because I'm that type of person. So I know you probably wouldn't be as much, but me, myself, I know I would be. Because I'm the type of person where I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right and legally and stuff like that.
I agree with you. I think like even if we're building a deck on our house, we don't trust ourselves enough to like that we're going to measure it right and that we're going to put the proper amount of inches in the ground and stuff like that. Like, right. Could I physically figure this out? Probably, but could a professional do it quicker and better and right? And it will last years where mine might fall off tomorrow, So, bigger than just adding a deck onto your house, purchasing or selling real estate.
Yeah.
The scary red flag situations that can come with any of that. It's good to have a professional on your side and people are seeing that.
Yep.
There's always going to be that small sector of people that don't use a realtor, not for, to save the money, but the people that like, I'm going to buy my grandma's house or stuff like that where it's, off market sales.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and if you do it a lot, like if you buy a lot of houses, you start to get more comfortable in understanding the process.
I
Where
guess
if you
that's
only
true
do
with
it
anything.
once every 5, 7, 10 years, then you're like, hey, I probably need somebody.
Yeah. And so that was one of the stats too, was how often are people moving? And they're saying the average is 7 right now. Now I don't know, are we talking to traditional buyers and sellers, or are we talking number of units that have sold? So if people are buying investment properties and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it seems like 7 over the years. I've heard things like that, 5, 7, 8, 10 years that have been the average of how long one person lives in their home. And even if you think like the home that you raised your family in, maybe you're different than this number, and maybe you're sitting here listening thinking, I've been in my house for 25 years and I raised my kids here, and I'm not somebody who moves every 7 years. Think about your life before this house, when you were younger and you did, you from your parents into like an apartment, into like your first little home, and then into your family home. And maybe some of those were shorter than that 7 years. And so then you're going to add some, right. Yeah. So, and if you are one of those people, that's the kind of house that we need. Everybody's looking for their forever family home. So, those are the people right now that probably can turn the most profit on their homes. Anybody that's got that big family home, that's what the market's looking for.
Right. So, and if they are also including like people who flip homes, so who have the house for 3 months and turn around and sell it, compared to you that lived in your house for 25 years. So if that's averaging in too, that matters.
Yeah,
so,
it didn't say, and I kind of wondered about it when I saw the number. Like, are they really talking to families or individual homeowners versus are they talking to number of sales?
Yeah.
So, with that, like if you do own that home, since we're talking about that scenario, they asked how you find your real estate agent. Like, what are people doing? And 64% of people found their real estate agent by going online and not looking for real estate agents and not looking for the best marketing plan, but they said they looked for houses similar to theirs to kind of do a comparative analysis on their own, maybe.
Yeah.
And then people who had listings similar to theirs, they used them. So, you owe it to yourself to do a little bit of homework and to find out who's going to be the best fit for an agent for you.
That's smart.
So yes, if an agent's experienced in the type of home that you have, then of course they might be a good fit, and you should certainly interview them and interview other agents. And I can tell you with Kelly Warren and Associates, we sell across the valley every type of home. If you go on our website and if you're thinking, I've got a ranch or a condo or a 2-story or a bunch of acreage or whatever, we've got them all listed. So we have similar homes to yours and we can help you sell your property.
Nice. So what else you got?
I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I know. You got a giant stack over there. That makes me nervous.
We're really only looking at this top part. Consumers, the majority of consumers looking to buy or sell, looking for real estate agents, did use websites as part of their search. Now, they did not say that they started online. So you might be thinking, I need to sell my house, and you might get a postcard from us in the mail, and you might think, okay, I've heard of them before. I like them. I'm going to use them. And then you go online to do a little bit more homework.
To make sure they're legit.
Yeah. So they're saying
That's
that
smart.
websites are being a big part of the real estate agent selection, but not as big from the starting point, but more like from the homework point.
Nice.
So if you go visit kellysoldit.com, you'll see, not only is some of our properties there, all of our properties are there, and all of the properties for sale in the valley are there, but also you'll find out information on us. You'll see Barbara Corcoran and Dan Rivers, and you'll see some feedback from some of our satisfied clients. You'll see some reviews there. So it is a good place to kind of get a feel of who we are.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're like me, you always hear a voice on the radio and you're like, man, I wonder what that guy looks like. And then you see him in person or a picture of him and you're like, that guy looks nothing like I thought he did. So go online and look and see what Jim looks like.
Yeah, handsome Jim, everybody. He's earned this nickname. How did he get this nickname?
You gotta see the proof. So funny.
All right. So another statistic that I thought was really interesting is 86% of consumers, when asked what was the most important service provided by their agent, what do you think 86% said?
Communication.
No, but that was a big one. So the biggest thing that consumers felt was most valuable from their agents was their assistance with negotiating the sale and purchase.
Oh,
so
nice.
they found that negotiating power as one of the big things.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we sit here all day and talk to you about marketing and how we can market your home and what we do for you. But we should really tell you that we are skilled, trained negotiators. I know my agents at the office, we kind of have a joke about this, that I should set up the tripod and just have people listen to my conversations.
So me being the person I am and got to listen to you over the last 20 years do this, it is impressive. And, you were in the office the other day and two of the agents were having an issue with one. So you told the one agent, come here, I'll call them. Let's see how it goes. So that agent had the opportunity to experience it. And another new agent came in and they both listened to you. And when you were done, they were like, that's just impressive. So consumers are feeling that same way, that assistance in the negotiating. And really, you kind of look at it as a negotiation dance. You've got to give that little bit of give and take. Everybody wants to feel like they won. So everybody needs to come out feeling like a winner. Yep.
And I've seen transactions where both sides felt like they lost, and that is never a fun place to be.
Right.
So it's got to be a win-win to make sense for everybody. And those negotiation skills are huge. And it's not the thing that we as agents lead with our foot forward. We start in so many other places, but to the consumer, that's the most valuable thing that we offer.
Yeah.
So if you've been thinking about buying or selling and you need an agent who's going to be really strong for you and negotiate on your behalf, you've come to the right place. You're listening to us right now. You can give us a call or a text at 330-717-2689, or you can visit us online at kellysoldit.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, you frustrated because you're trying to sell your home, but all you're getting are excuses? Hey, Sean Hannity here to tell you about Great American right in your backyard that could guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline that you agreed to, or she'll have it bought for cash. I'm talking about Kelly Warren with Kelly Warren and Associates Real Estate Solutions. She services the entire Mahoning Valley, attracts hundreds of buyers every week, and sells an average 3 homes every week. Now, I've talked to a lot of agents and invested millions of dollars into real estate, so believe me, I know one mistake can mean losing a lot of money. Kelly spends thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers, which helps homes sell fast and for the most money. Now, you risk nothing, since at any point, if you're not happy, you can get out of the contract free and clear and pay nothing. But trust me, that's not going to happen. Call Kelly at 330-717-2689. That's 330-717-2689, or online at kellysoldit.com. That's kellysoldit.com. And consider your home sold.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we are talking to you about real estate right here in the Mahoning Valley. I'm Kelly Warren, and I'm in the studio with sleepy, handsome Jim. He's still a little...
I could be all of the 7 dwarfs. I could be sleepy, I could be happy, I could be grumpy, I could be sneezy, I could be hungry, nappy.
You're a real joy, Jim. So before we jump back into the real trends and the statistics of what's going on in the real estate market, let us tell you about 2 of our favorite home picks for this week. What do you have over there, Jim?
So I have a really cool one. This one's neat because it's a stretch for us. This is 2370 Saratoga Avenue. That's in Canton, which is really cool.
Well, we service an hour of Youngstown, so it touches right onto our outskirts, but it is certainly an area that we are familiar with and that we've been doing some decent business in.
Yeah, so this is a split-level home. It's 4 bedrooms, which is amazing. 2,400 square feet. That is huge. To me, that's when I was a kid, I grew up in a 900 square foot home. Mm-hmm. This is ginormous.
Right.
Like, if me and my brother would have had this house, we would have put holes everywhere.
I'm sure you would have.
We were fun. It has a nice deck on the back. It's located in the Perry School District. It's on almost over a quarter of an acre, which is nice. And it has a home warranty.
Fascinating.
So it's a nice house.
Did you give us a price?
The porch is beautiful. No, that's even better.
All right, how much for all that?
$149,900.
$149,900. Thanks, Jim. Saratoga Ave in Canton.
The front porch looks awesome.
Jim's a big porch guy. Porch guy here. I've got a nice one for you,
porch
too.
Rocker.
1516 Coatesville Hubbard Road. This is Youngstown. What's really cool about this property, though, is it is a home and a business together. Oh. So this is that Coatesville area. It is a 1,500 square foot house, 3 bedrooms on just under 2 acres, but it has an active, open dog kennel business.
Nice.
So attached to the property is, let me make sure I get this right. The garage was converted to the reception and training area, and then it was built on from there. So in the backyard, there's 20 kennels. There's also a 70 by 8 foot concrete indoor outdoor kennel facility. It is heated and cooled. There's drainage that's been put in there. There are 5 by 5 inside and 5 by 12 outside. Large units. There are 10 medium 3 by 3 inside and 3 by 10 outside. Awesome. 5 small 2 by 4 and 4 by 8 outside.
It's a lot of numbers.
I know. Like, I'm blown away by all this. I'm trying to like mentally put it together. And then there's also like a 5-foot perimeter around that's fenced in. That's like a play area. Okay. And everything needed for the business comes with it. So the equipment, the power washers, the bowls,
like
buckets, and beds and everything. Yeah, if you're an animal
you want to run a bed and breakfast for puppies, this would be great. That's what it should be called.
That's adorable. Yeah. So, one of those kind of stay and play kind of places where you can drop off your dog for a day or a couple of days or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome.
$215,000 for the home and the business opportunity, and it's ready to go turnkey opportunity. This has only been on the market for a couple of days. You never know with a property like this. We talk about average market times, and the house and the land are great. It's obviously priced for the property and the business together. And so you're looking for that right person. And hopefully one of our listeners is that person.
Someone who's a dog lover. Yeah.
If you were thinking, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to do something, or if you've retired and you're
what
thinking, what can I do?
Convert it to like a llama.
Sure. Or an alpaca.
Kennel.
Yeah. Why couldn't you?
I don't know. I'm just
I don't know.
Facetious.
I suppose you'd have to check with zoning, but then beyond that, I don't see why not. But, so many of us are like, if you're retired from your day job and you're wanting to do something else with your time, or as we've talked about investing in real estate before, and you want your home to pay for itself rather than to be an expense, for it to be an asset for you, running a home business like this where you can still have some freedom and be at home and do the things that you enjoy doing. And if one of the things that you enjoy doing has anything to do with animals, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, that's a great property.
So there you go.
So before we went to the break, you were talking about negotiations and stuff, and how we tell everybody how great we are at advertising and things of that nature, but we don't really talk about, our negotiating skills and stuff. I think that's one of those things that you don't realize until you're in it.
Yeah.
So
you might not see the value of it ahead of time.
I could say, hey, I'm a great negotiator, but you really don't see it or feel it until you're in the middle of negotiating.
Yeah. So. I agree with you there, because one of the other real good strengths about our office and our team is our staff and our systems. And it's hard to quantify that to a new client ahead of time. Hey, list with us because we've got great staff and great systems. And I think it's one of those, until you're in a bad situation and you're like, these people were unorganized or didn't know what to do, or I never heard from them, you don't know that it's a problem until you have that issue.
Right.
So if you've done real estate business with someone else in the past and you've had a bad experience, those might be important questions to ask your new agent, think about your previous experiences, or if you're new to this buying and selling, maybe ask friends and family members, what was important to you before? Because if you were able to know, okay, they're great negotiators, okay, they have great systems that, you're not going to miss a single day of waiting for a document or waiting for an appraiser to get in a house, where our systems take care of those things and just flow so nicely. But it's hard to show that value to someone up front who hasn't experienced it.
Yeah, exactly. So cool.
All right, you want some more percentages?
Yeah, I was just thinking there's nothing better than a bunch of numbers on the radio.
Well, so I heard before that percentages, that if you add the decimal in there,
27.3% of all percentages are made up.
Yeah. Or 96.2% of people believe a percentage that has a decimal point,
It's all made up.
So I feel like I'm telling you 77% want this, but I feel like I want to add the 77.8%. Do you think that people really feel that way?
Yes.
If I add that point in there, do you think that this
just make up a point? Exactly.
I'm not going to alter the
exactly
stuff.
My point of my percentages.
So 77 I don't know percent said that providing them with lists of homes to review was an important service. And this kind of thrilled me a little bit because every app out there, every real estate website out there. Like, as a consumer, people can go online and find houses.
Yeah.
But we know how to really do that for them and how to put their search where it needs to be and put in the right criteria, get it to them maybe quicker than some of the websites, because certain websites, if you go on there, the house might already be contingent by the time you get to see it, where ours is real time, so the new stuff hits you right away.
Well, and the other thing with us is real estate agents are trained on asking the proper questions to make sure that your list is the proper list. And we have more access to more points of interest to filter out homes that you don't want.
Yeah. If you need a first floor master, it's easier for us to put that in and make sure that you're only seeing properties that have that. I know as a consumer, like if I'm booking an air flight, I am so frustrated. I can go online myself and do that, but that's one of those things that just, I'm not that computer savvy that I want to sit there and put in all my dates and times and look at the different ones. I would really rather talk to somebody and let them figure it out for me.
Yeah. So that's where we're different when it comes. So you would rather call an airport or an airline.
1-800 Airlines. Please find me at it.
Yeah. Because you're more comfortable with that, where I'm okay with going online and putting in those things and clicking on the one I want.
Yeah. So I guess each his own.
Yeah, every person's different.
You know what, though, your level of comfort in going online and seeing them, if you had a trusted real estate professional who sent you a list and then you still got to go online and look at the different homes that were sent, you'd still feel that same satisfaction.
Yeah, I'd actually feel more comfortable, like, I made the right decision.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Cool. 74% of consumers said that their agent providing a CMA to them was important.
Yeah.
And the CMA, for those of you who don't know, is a comparative market analysis. So that's when you're thinking about selling your home and you want to know not a list of houses for me to go look at to buy, but a list of houses that are similar to mine that can help me figure out the value of my house.
Yeah.
And that is a service that, of course, we provide. So if that's something that any of our listeners out there need, 74% of you apparently need this. So we'd love to help you with that.
So that's a neat thing to point out to people also, because you're sitting in your home and you know down the street your neighbor's house just sold for $200,000. Well, my house is way nicer than theirs, and we can do a lot better than they can. So my house is worth $250,000.
Yeah.
But then have an actual professional real estate come in and show you exactly why they're sold for that and what they got for it, to then really give you a realistic number for your house.
Yeah.
So, cool.
This is a cool number. 67.9% of real estate brokers find that the market is optimistic right now. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you with, are you ready?
Yeah.
Over the last 20 years, the commission hasn't changed.
Wow.
Right?
That's crazy.
So all of the more services that you're getting, all of the better technology and everything from your real estate professionals, all of the things that we do for you hasn't gone up. Yeah.
Well, that's impressive.
Right.
With everything else going up in cost.
True. You can't buy milk for the same price. If you've been thinking about buying or selling real estate this year and you are interested in talking to an agent for a free market analysis or anything else that you might need, give us a call. We want to be your first stop and your first conversation. You can find us online at kellysoldit.com, or you can talk to us via phone or text at 330-717-2689. Thanks for tuning in.
If you're thinking about selling your home, call the only agent to trust, Kelly Warren. Kelly guarantees to sell your home or she'll buy it. Call 330-717-2689 or go to kellysoldit.com. Join Kelly for Real Estate Radio every Sunday at 8 on 570 WKBN.